Hello. Cheers. Okay, another one of my thoughts. Going to be a short one, I think. Flash Boredom. Flash Boredom asks, bro, what's your thoughts on several things? Number one, isolation and lonely in the connection age. And then number two, yeah, we're only going to do one and two just briefly. So, Flash Boredom, he wants to know my thoughts on isolation and lonely in the connection age. I have covered this before, mate, in a couple of videos. You've called it the connection age, I called it the communication age, because I think in this day and age, with whatever, your Kik and WhatsApp and FaceTime and mobile phones and various apps and things and telephones and mobile phones and the internet and the emails and Facebook Messenger, and it goes on and on and on, and people don't do it. People rarely contact each other now. So yeah, you could feel isolated, you could feel lonely and what have you. It all depends the type of person you are, really, because I don't get lonely. I get alone, and I value and I cherish being alone. I really do. I love it. I've got no problem being alone. But I don't like to get lonely, and I think once or twice in my life I've sort of felt a bit lonely. And I don't like that. And I give myself a big kick up the arse, I get myself out there. A lot of people say you can't be lonely with, if you've got the internet, you can't be lonely. There's so many chat things on there, forums, so much to do on there. But I would say, do a course, the Open University or something like that. Do a course if you're feeling lonely, because it'll use so much of your brain. You won't have time to think about being sat on your own, really, you know. What do you say, isolation and lonely? All depends what isolation is to you, isn't it, really? You know, if you feel socially isolated, then that's probably something that you've done. You know, do you, I don't know, just guessing, mistrust people? Do you feel like an outsider? Do you not want to belong for some reason? Do you pull away from society? Are you aware that you're different than other people for whatever reason, and you don't really want to connect? So is it more about you than them? That's what I'm saying. Because again, there are places you can go to, there's things you can do, there's hobbies, there's interest. Just a walk in the park, you know, might just G you up, you might just enjoy it, you might see a pigeon, whatever, and you might have a chat with somebody as well. That's always nice, you know, because it is the communication age. If you do feel isolated, send out messages to your Facebook friends. Try and contact your old school friends, work colleagues, neighbours, people you liked a year or two ago, 5 years ago, whenever. Try and get, not try and get your address book full, but try and get people around you that you do like, that you do trust, that you can spend time with. You know, and don't close the door on anybody. Just leave it open ajar. Never know who might come in. Number two, this is from the same guy, Flash Boredom, says, what's my thoughts on the difference between the sexes and the agenda to promote the idea that we are exactly the same? Yeah, just very briefly with that, you can do whatever you want. You can call yourself whatever you want, male, female, non-binary, gay, straight, whatever. It doesn't matter what you call yourself, whatever you refer to yourself as, that's fine. And I think it's got to be respected to a degree. I've got no problem with it. However, I think there are two sexes, not 51, and I think there's male and female. I think if you had a sex change, you know, if I had my dick cut off and had a pair of tits, I'd be a woman. So that is still two sexes. I would then go from male to female. A bloody ugly woman I'd make, but anyway, whatever. But all these things like these, oh, I'm non-binary, I'm 04, what on earth are people saying? All this stuff, I don't even get it, you know. I saw two videos sort of spring to mind that I've seen on YouTube. One of them, you will have seen these, one of them is a guy with blonde hair. He's in a shop and he's having a right go at, I believe it's an Asian shopkeeper. And the Asian shopkeeper says, look, I'm really, really sorry, sir. And he said, there you go again, insulting me. And he said, what? You know, and so did I watch that. I thought, what's he saying? He was lovely, polite, civil. And he said, I am a she. You know, what was it? Not recognise myself. Something like I appropriate she onto me or something like that. I don't know what he fucking said. And I thought, you're a man. You know, that's what you are. You are a man. He's got hands like shovels, Adam's apple, deep voice. You know, he's 6'2". And he's screeching, I am a she. You refer to me as she. Well, how would anybody know? How would this shopkeeper know? And if I was there serving, I would say, morning, mate, because I would assume he's a man. Or if I had to be polite, I'd say, good morning, sir. And then I'd get it in the neck. Because, okay, he is a man, but he thinks he's a woman, or he wants to be a woman. There's another one, big, large lady. There's nothing wrong with being big and large, but she is a big, big lady. And she's having an interview with somebody, and at the end he said, thank you very much, madam. And she said, I beg your pardon. And he said, I was just thanking you. Thank you, madam. And she said, how dare you assume I'm a woman? And he looked at her, and she's got a pair of tits out here, quite pretty, big lady, long blonde hair, tight jeans on her, quite feminine in loads of ways. And she went ballistic. And he said, well, I'm sorry, I don't know then, what are you? And she said, I am female, but how dare you suggest that I am? I can't remember what she fucking said. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, and she said, I'm a non-binary lesbian female, or something like that, I don't know. And this poor guy, you know, was apologising. Well, that's where it goes wrong for me. I would never apologise. You are either male or you're female. You know, what you call yourself privately, why would you expect the whole world to bow down to you? Why would that happen? You know, if somebody has a beard, he's 6'4", Adam's apple, his name's Colin, but he wants to be Deborah, and he wants the whole world to call him Deborah, and he is a she, and you better call him she, that's wrong. He's a he, unless he has a sex operation, a sex change. So what's the agenda behind it? The agenda is confusion. Children will be so confused. There will be no male or female. I know that they're taking that out of certain books, that there is no male and there is no female. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. What a state this bloody world is. I don't know is the answer. But my thoughts on it, this is what this is, my thoughts. There are two sexes, male and female. And when you're presented with a male, or when you're presented with a female, that's it. If somebody comes to me and they look like a male, I'll say hello mate. If they look like a female, I'll say hello. Hello. No, I don't know. I don't know what the agenda is. I don't understand it. I'm as confused as everybody else, and I think that's where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be totally confused. Sorry about the noise. There's tractors doing the fields. Can you hear them? Very noisy. They're just coming into this bit and then they circle round in a bit. Anyway, so yeah, we'll call that a close on that video. Flash boredom. But get yourself out there, mate. Don't feel isolated. Don't feel lonely. There's a million people just like you out there. Okay? Remember that. Take care and be well. Cheers. Ah, then.